everybody. It's Dave Street here from Big Bear Tools and Bob Patrick from Crescent Knife Works. We're getting into a little bit of West Coast bent knives here, and Bob's the maker, of course. Can you give us a little bit of history on these?
Yeah, they're a native West Coast carving tool used by native carvers from Alaska down to California. And this is a traditional carving tool. You can see the few that are here, you can see quite a difference from being relatively flat, from one that is basically a knife blade, and then ones with a more severe curve.
So they're using these to carve
bowls,
totem poles,
bowls, spoons, masks, a lot of mask work, totem poles. They're a finishing blade. They'll be using an adze and various other tools to rough things out, and then they're using these to do the finishing.
So these are the blades, and of course you want to have a nice handle.
They're sharpened on both sides. Every carver is a little bit different. I've learned a lot about the carving just because from the native carvers that I've sold to, and I know that every one of them has a different idea of handles, and a different idea of the blade, and different bends and so on. But they're like all carving tools. They're designed. They're meant to carve away from you, and you can hold them two-handed, or you get a good sized handle like that, and you can dig into whatever you're carving. Again, they're a carving tool. They're not a pry bar, so you can't be doing too much roughing, or you can break a blade. The blades are tempered to such a degree that they're relatively easy to sharpen, and they'll stand up quite well. Traditionally, what I do, I hold this in a vise at an angle like this. I take a piece of dowel, I can wrap some wet and dry paper around that, and then I can just going back and forth and just get the edge where I want it to be on the hollow side, on this inside. Okay. The very last thing you do is to sharpen on the outside. And all you do is just touch that up. When this blade is forged to shape, a hollow is created right in here. And you want to maintain that hollow. And so that allows you to get a very sharp edge there.
Good point.
These knives here are all made from 01 tool steel.
These are handmade.
Yes, they're all handmade.
So they're not, any two are going to be exactly the same.
No.
That's the beauty of handmade stuff. It's got personality in it.
That's right. They're all a little bit different. So once they're finished, then they get heat treated. And that's simply a matter, they go into a forge, they get heated up red hot, quenched in a heated oil, and then immediately from there into a tempering furnace. They get a temper, they come out, they get all cleaned up, and then back in for a second tempering. We put that second temper on just to give it more toughness. And we've got an exact temperature that we go to try and get that to be a little bit springy, so you can have a little give in the blade, make it last longer.
So you've got lots to choose from.
Well, it's almost infinite. This is just a small sampling. The carvers, they're always wanting something different.
So we'll just continually put the new ones up on the website. You can buy the blades as they are for $32.99. We have the finished handles, the not so finished handles, and the blanks. And then the blades, pick and choose. A
lot of carvers like to do their own handle.
And it's actually real simple to put these on here. There's just two screws and
just two screws, a dado slot, and then a couple of screws. A lot of guys don't want to put the screws in, and they'll just put whipping cord, and they just whip it in there. And then when the blade is finished, they can cut that off and buy a new blade and put a new blade in.
Sweet, very nice. Okay. Thanks for watching today. Bob Patrick, Crescent Knife Works, Dave Street, Big Bear Tools.